So far, we learned about creating our own modules, but in practice, our projects are much bigger and we need really to restructure things in a different way. Let's say something like the library project. We might have some part of the code for the back end, other part of the code for the front end, and maybe some other directories under the back end and some other directories and so on. We call backend here, library is called package, but backend is called sub package, and so on. We can have sub packages and so on. It depends on the structure of the project and the needs. We can divide things. Sometimes also we download, install, and import modules from a third party. That's why a package is very important. Remember, package is just a bunch of modules, but structured according to your hard disk here, in a way or another. To import the utilities module here, we have here the utilities module, and I am in script 1. I would like to import it. We would like to access it, and we are here at the level of example 1. Example 1 is my directory, it is in a package here. It's just the root directory for us. Library is the root directory for the package. So from script 1, I need to say library.backend utilities. So this is how we can bring it. We can write from library.backend import utilities. Now I can use utilities in a direct way. Another syntax is library.backend utilities import square. Then I can use it here. So as you see, library and backend are both directories, and both are package and sub-package. Utilities is a module. So you can write something like that involve the directories and then importing a module, or importing the sequence up to the module itself. You can think of the dots here very corresponding to the slash in Linux, or double backslash in Windows. It's just a way to express a directory in accessing. That's all. And here is one thing to be careful about it. Let's say someone wrote something like import library, and you try to do something like library.backend.utilities. This will not work here. It gives you attribute error, because it will assume that the backend is something that part of the library, but actually it's another directory. So be careful. These are mainly the two ways that avoid you errors like the attribute error here. Another concern is what we call package initialization. If you created __init_by file, this file will be activated and code in two cases. If you try to import a package, or you try to import one of its modules, then the directory will be activated. For example, if someone imported the library as a package, then this path will be, this init will be activated. If you try to import like a library.backend.utilities, this init will be activated. So the relevant package, the init file of the relative package will be activated. What is the purpose of such a file? You can use it mainly to perform some initialization on the package level. Sorry, not the module level. On the package level, you are doing some initialization. You are assigning some global variables that will be used by the modules themselves. I would like to notify you here about something. Before Python 3.3, this file was mandatory to mark a package to as a package, a directory as a package. Starting from 3.3, this isn't required. This is important because many internet resources and courses are outdated and doesn't notice that change. So you don't have to provide it. If you look here, the front end doesn't have an init. I am optionally provided here and provided it here. So that's all about the package initialization. Let's get into some details. I have two init files here, one under the library and another under the backend. So this is the two files. I printed here the underscore file for both of them so that I can notice which file is activated, and define two global variables, library x with 11 and backend x with 22. And also observe, you can import here the system and maybe append something to it. This is what we mean by initializing something for your package. Let's try to see what happens if we try to import something. If you try to import the library itself, then the path of the library will be printed. If you try to import the backend, the path of the backend will be printed. And you can see here we can use the the library.libx, which is a global variable defined on the library, or backend x, which is defined over the level of the backend itself. So this mainly cover the main use cases for the package initialization, either using some global variables or doing some package level initialization. That's all.